24 U.S. organization petition Blinken to designate Nigeria as CPC over mass killings of Christians. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post our juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. Several human rights organizations have asked U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, over the murder of hundreds of Christians. At least 24 interest organizations, which included religious groups led by Advancing American Freedom, Alliance Defending Freedom, the Hudson Institute, former ambassador, the Hudson Institute, former Ambassador Sam Brownback and former defense and national security officials called for action against Nigeria over the killings. The group recalled the suspected herdsmen attack on Plateau communities during the Yuletide. Over 150 people were killed on Christmas Eve. Less than 2 weeks ago, almost 200 Nigerian Christians became martyrs while celebrating Christmas. According to one account, these Christians were killed for sport. Just weeks earlier, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, received a letter threatening them against celebrating Christmas. The international religious freedom community stands outraged at a refusal to hold this act of evil to account, the organization said. They added, the eyes of the world look to the United States as a beacon of hope and freedom. Religious freedom is grounded in the American founding, enshrined in the Bill of Rights, and quintessential to what it's meant to be an American. When the United States stands silent as evil runs, when the United States stands silent as evil runs amok, the world takes notice. The push to list Nigeria as a CPC came after a Catholic-inspired think tank group, Inter-Society, claimed that Islamic militants have brutally murdered at least 52,250 Christians in the last 14 years. Led by its director, Emeka Umagbalase, the human rights advocacy group claimed that over 500 Christians were killed last year in January alone. It accused the Nigerian government at various levels of complicity in the killings of the worshippers. Predicting that the most populous African nation may be on the brink of a religious war, on January 4th, Mr. Blinken announced that he would designate some countries, including Iran and Russia, as CPC. However, Nigeria, notable for religious crisis and killings, was left off the list. According to Pew Research, Nigeria has the largest Christian population of any country in Africa, with over 80 million believers. In December 2019, the U.S. placed Nigeria on a special list over the government tolerant of severe violations of religious freedom. Then the blacklisting did not come until December 2020, when the U.S. finally designated Nigeria as CPC under immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari, following the spate of killings and brutal murders in the north. The designation could attract economic issues for Nigeria. The American government could deny Nigeria credit loans under the OPIC by directing the executive directors of international financial institutions to oppose and vote against loans primarily benefiting the specific foreign government. The U.S. government could also deny Nigeria exports under certain instruments such as the Arms Export Control Act. It could also prohibit America from procuring goods and services from the country. I am asking myself, this thing happened, I read this particular news towards the end of Buhari regime. I think 2 or 3 years, I think 2020. Yes, 2020, where they said this particular same man, Anthony Blinken, came. That he came so that, I don't know what he came to do, but they talked about this thing and how Nigeria will be designated as, blah, 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 blah. And he came, and before you know it, they settled it. Instead of him to go ahead and, say, okay, see, Nigeria, now see the reason why I came on. This is why I came, and, before instead of him to come outside rather and say, this is the reason why I came Nigeria, this thing Akin is done too much. Oh yeah, since people have refused to work on it, make on a name day for so please, so that it will make Nigeria, it will make our leaders stand up, hasten up, and do something about the killings. But no, I think they took him to Aso Villa, was Abi Aso Road that time, before he could say Jack Robinson. That is how, what's it called? Before I could say Jack Robinson, that is how it is. Now, so this man, before they do, the man go back. They did not designate Nigeria again. Now, he don't come up again. He don't come up. In the last 15 to 16 years, what has all these organs do to end the killings, especially in the north? It is better we look inward to solve this protracted massacre of Nigerians, which cuts across faith. True. The problem is, if we care to accept, does not stop on one single faith. My own is that e get as e go be. Killings of Christians, the Muslims being bombed by the Nigerian army while celebrating Maulud, and those killed by the insurgents and kidnapped victims are not humans, right? See, nobody is saying they're not humans, though. Nobody is saying they're not humans. The Muslims being bombed by the okay. Stop complicating issues. There are different scenarios. Stop covering up terrorism. Nigeria should be labeled as a terrorist country until Islam is erased from the country. Talk. Did the Royal Niger Company say anything about the killings? Of course, they would not. Where is ESN, unknown gunmen, IPOB, and those terrorists, Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu? Where are they? Pick up your arms and try something, or do something before something do you. I been only stay at home and I fit do for the East. The same way them pick up their arms, can't do it. Permit me to laugh in the way that pleases the Lord. Or you start to abuse me now. Now that you have the chance, very soon you guys will understand that Akamunobiti. What exactly are you driving at? You people blame Muslims for all this attack. Yes, we both know that they kill anyone either Muslim or Christian. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a Muslim household that used weapons to kill Christian? No, you cannot see that. Who supplied those terrorists with weapons, locations, food, health, land? Do you think those terrorists are Muslims? Then why do they hide? You cannot call a person Muslim unless you see them praying. Muslim is just not just a name. Quran does not teach us to kill Christians. Alright. Okay. Running to America for bandit attacks in Nigeria is unhelpful, very, very unhelpful. This organization will do better to form vigilante group to chase after the hoodlums and wipe them out. This is what people, even in America, would do. They would not appeal to the UN. Okay. During Buhari regime, millions of people died. Nobody asked questions or even to investigate. And the current regime has already assumed. Assumed that he will continue from where the former president stopped. What do you expect? Meaning that the killing will continue until the international community give example to some leaders who came to power without knowing the purpose they were elected into power to. Alright, on this note, I've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.